Here are the instructions for your review exercise. I want you to build a 5-page website like you see here in the plan view, with the first page called Home, second page called Wrap, third page called Links, fourth page called Map and Form, and the fifth page called Video. And I'd like you to place your navigation inside of your master. So I'll just quickly pop mine open here. I do want you to do vertical navigation. Make it proportionally about the same as you see here. And I do want you to set the menu items in so much as I want to have the different states for normal, rollover, and active. In mine, I've created black for normal, dark gray for rollover, and orange for active. I'll let you choose the colors, but make the 3 colors distinct in your button states for your menu. And that again is inside of the master. And also, if I highlight it here, I'd like you to pin it to the upper left corner of the browser, please, and make it right to the edge of the page, or rather of the browser, not the page, but of the browser. And again, pin it to the upper left corner. Now if I go back to plan view here, I'll go through each of these pages quickly. The home page, I want you to put in a browser fill background image, fit to fill. I also want you to put in a black bar at the bottom and make it translucent, make it fit the width of the page, and you can do that when you go to resize. You can always go stretch to browser width once you create that and then position it. You also can set the opacity under the fill over here, or you can do it in the paint. Again, I also want you to put a text box with your name inside of the footer. Now in the main area here, I want you to import an image, bring it in, and pin it to the upper left corner, like you see here. Apply drop shadow to it, and that's under Effects. And also want you to create a text box on the right hand side. Type in or paste in text. Make sure you create a margin, create space between the edge of the text and the text box, and that can be done again in the text panel. Margins are down here. And I want you to fill it with a background color, but make it translucent so that I can see through it. And again, that is controlled through the fill command, opacity of 75%, and set the color. And the other thing here is I want you to put a stroke around the page, and that's just so you can appreciate where the page edge is versus the edge of the browser. Okay, so if I click on the background here, I would apply a stroke. I created a stroke of 3, and I made it red. So that's home page. Second page is the wrap page. I want you to apply a text box in the area. Fill it with text. Make it at least 2 paragraphs. Apply an image inside the text area and create the wrap around the image. Again, with this one, I want you to fill the background of the text box with a color, but make it translucent. And fill the background, the browser fill, again with a full screen image of your choosing. I also want you to create a title in the header. You can type in what you like, but I do want you to apply an effect of a drop shadow to it as well. Okay, third page, links. Full screen background browser fill once again. Apply an image to the page. Make that image a link. This one happens to link to home here. Text box. Fill it with text and have at least 1 text link inside of there, and I have one here. And I also want you to style it with a unique color. Next, maps and forms. Again, full screen background on the browser fill. Apply a Google map. Set it to a place of your location. Don't leave it set to the default. Add a form. And set the form so that it will work when you upload it. Therefore, you will have to input a proper email address, and I suggest using your Loyalist email address. I also want you to style the button. I want you to change the color of the button here and make the text a bit bigger than the default text up here. I'll let you choose colors and so on. And then finally, the last page called Video. A little bonus thing today that I've added. You can download third-party widgets, and this is what I've done here. So I'm going to direct you to download a third-party widget, and I'll show you where to find it. Here it is on the stage. And what it is, it's a full screen background for video. So I'll demonstrate that shortly. And you basically drag the widget from the library to here. So if I go over to library, where is it here? Oh, I'll have to come up to window, library. And in the library, there's background video. And I'll show you how to download this momentarily, but here it is. And I drag that out to the stage. And then I just specify the video, and it's simply the URL from a YouTube or Vimeo source. Alright, so I just put in a video that seemed okay for here. And if I quickly go preview, I'll show you how this one works. And it's loading here. It's a little slow locally. And the video's full screen. You'll see the image come on here very shortly. There we go. And again, that is a third-party widget, which is called background video, I believe. Now, I'm also going to have you put in a text box over top of it. Pin it to the upper right. You can actually start and stop the video by clicking on the page. I'm going to go back to design view here. I want you to put a text box over top of it, translucent, and just apply any text of your choosing, some sort of title. Okay, so how do we get the widget? The link is on my web page, but I'll show you here in the browser. I just scroll up here. Here we go. It's musewidgets.com, and here is the address. And you simply go get this widget. They're free. You can see it's $0, so you would get the widget, download it, open it with Muse, or download it and double click it and it'll launch inside of Muse. And it'll basically install itself and you'll be prompted to accept that installation. And then once you have it installed in Adobe Muse, you'll find it in the library under background video. And again, that is a third-party widget. If I go back to the browser here, I invite you to explore the other widgets. You can just click here and it'll take you to the page with all the widgets and you can filter through them. There are hundreds of them in here. You can see them by category or see them all. You can also see them by cost. Here are the free ones. And they're as easy as downloading and double clicking on them and you'll get a lot of special effects. For example, you can put in audio players, etc. So I do invite you to explore some of these third-party widgets that are quite easy to install. And that is your review exercise for today. Once again, a 5-page website, menu in the master, specifications on image and text box in the home page, text wrapping in the second, just some more links in the third page. And again, these first 4 pages do have full screen browser fills in the background. 4th page, a map and a form. 5th page, applying a third-party widget. In this case, happens to be background video with an item sitting on top. And that is your review exercise.